to come back and show them, hey, look, even if it's your first time ever here or you've been here a lot of times, you know, it can stop right here. You don't have to keep this cycle of coming back and forth to prison or putting yourself in this disposition.
Bro, and nobody knows more than you and I about once you get in that system, you a goner. You a goner. You're in there every 3 years for something else. They got you. And the system is prepared. It's not, but it's failure. It's failure. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. It's everybody's fault. It's not their fault. But you and I both know how lucky we are that we got out of the system and stayed the fuck out of the system.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing to do once you're in the system. Yeah, you can't shake it. You can't shake it. I couldn't shake it. It started for me in 1983 and it went all the way to 1996. 97. Knock on wood. For 14 years, I was in a fucking system. At one point, I was always on fucking probation. Constantly.
But you were still doing all the stuff you would do.
Doing whatever the fuck I was doing. Remember, even after I came out of prison, I was still tipping on the fucking scale with this divorce and the ex-wife and them taking the kid, and I was tipping on it. And I had 2 felonies, and I went and smacked them with the second felony just because of my belief. I didn't care. If I'm going to go to jail, I'm going to go to jail. And look, they dropped the charge because you can't say an ethnic slur in the city limits of Boulder. So nothing ever happened. So I got my free one. I took it as I got out of the system and I got the fuck out of there. I tried to make the best of my life. I gave up a daughter that I tried. I paid my child support. I did everything I was supposed to do by the book, but she didn't want me to be a father. And now she don't want no contact. I live with that every day. That was part of my punishment for being in the system and for being a fucking dumb criminal. But I was in the system for 14 years. It started with a quarter ounce of weed in New York City. Probation. And then I got picked up for possession of stolen tools. Probation. Possession of stolen property, probation. And then I went to Colorado. And in Colorado, I didn't get arrested. Then I went back to Jersey. And I kept getting arrested, but no charges pressed. I got arrested like 6 times in New York City for possession of stolen shit, blah, 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 blah. But I always had an out. And then I went to Colorado, and that's when it started. I started with a fucking going through a school zone. A 20-mile-an-hour school zone. I didn't see the light blinking, so it's 35. That's how it starts, guys. It's constant. You're listening to music, you got weed in you, you're looking around like an asshole. I didn't see the flashing light. I started with that. I didn't go to court. Okay? I blew off the fucking court case. Guess what? 3 months later, I'm driving with a car with stickers on the fucking window. I get pulled over. They get me with the warrant and the fucking quarter ounce of weed in my sock. Now I'm in the system. Now I'm doing a drug program. That motherfucker ain't done but a fucking week. And I'm back in the fucking county jail for kidnapping and aggravated fucking robbery and burglary and accessory to a felony. You know, it didn't stop. And then after I got out of that on bail, while I was out on bail for that, I got arrested for shoplifting. Thank God I told my friend's name. And then I went back and did probation under his name. At the fucking HIV fucking house.
That's what a friend does.
It did not end, Lee. And then I came up to fucking Seattle. And within 6 months, I got arrested up there for assault and domestic fucking violence. And then possession of a stolen car. And then assault again. And then, no, it never ended.
How did you come into the possession of a stolen car?
I worked at a car dealership. The bank came on Thursday. I had the car out. The bank didn't see the fucking car and they reported it stolen. They had me in a different car, in a different demo. I spent the weekend in jail for possession of a stolen car.
Oh my God.
The charges got dropped. Those 2 days I did was not for that. It was for something else, karmically. Karmically, it was for something else I had done. So I spent from fucking Friday to fucking Monday morning in fucking county jail in Seattle. And then they dropped the charges Monday afternoon. I was back out Tuesday. Then I got arrested for an assault. Then I got arrested for parole violation.
You got a hell of a lot of chances. And I'm talking about
It didn't stop. It didn't fucking stop. Once you're in the system and you're banging, and I was banging lightly. Like after I did the kidnapping time and I got out for that shit, I was like, all right, I'll bang on the line. Like I'll just bang on the line. If you need coke, I'll sell you an ounce, but I ain't selling you 2. You know what I'm saying? There's 1,000 things I ain't gonna fucking do. But there's 1,000 things I had to do. I was getting into comedy, I was broke, and that's all I knew. So you stay in the system, bro. And eventually the system gets worse for you. Now you start doing 5-year stretches. And eventually after your second or third 5-year stretch, guess what, bro? You got a 20-year stretch. And by that time, there goes your life. You spent your life in jail.
Well, I mean, I think this might have been too early for both of you guys, but they have corporate prisons, don't they? So, like, isn't it beneficial to the state to keep you guys coming back at a certain point?
Yeah, it's a business.
Privatized prisons.
Yes,
Privatized prisons, there we go.
Prison is a business.
But let me
Go.
be clear for listeners who may not be familiar with the system. When Joy was doing time, when he was doing all these bids, this was a long time ago when you can do all of that, and they gave you all those type of chances. Now, then you come up to my era of doing time, where you had people, you come in out the system maybe twice, and then they dropped the 3 strike law and made you habitual. So if they start compiling things like some of your say if you do some misdemeanors, 3 misdemeanors gives you a felony.
No, it's like Monopoly, where they a house goes to a hotel.
Yeah. Now you got
That's fucked up.
So,
but once you get 2 felonies, it's time to go.
So when you get 2 felonies,
You got to move.
now and then say you catch another felony, that makes you a habitual criminal. So they start at 25 years.
Yeah.
And so if you get that 25 years, and what everybody in the system knows is called that bitch. You get that he gave you that bitch. It was then like, man, what you getting, man? Threw that bitch at me. That habitual. And that's 25. And you gotta sit on that. And so now you cut past when I got out, 97, you come all the way up. Now it's 50%. You get on a misdemeanor, you get all these different classes of misdemeanor. They change the law. So if you get a felony charge, you doing more time on the felony now because you got to pull half of it.
We're going in like fucking Marines. You understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.